think that the black Americans have been the only real diehard Americans here, because we're the only ones who carried the process through the process. That everyone else has to sort of like skip stages. We're the ones who marched, we're the ones who carried the Bible, we're the ones who carried the flag, we're the ones who tried to go through the courts. And being born American didn't seem to matter. Because we were born Americans, but we still had to fight for what we were looking for. And we still had to go through those channels and those processes.
I don't really care what you have to say. Facts over fiction is the motto replay. Muhammad Ali came up from the clay. Grassroots built up this USA. Now knowing your history, you'll get played. Equip yourself cause we came to slay any opponent that's up in our way. Look at Malcolm X and his delivery.
Welcome everyone. We're actually going to be getting into it pretty quick here. We're starting a little bit late, about 10 minutes into the program, so we're going to try to get in it. All right, so I am actually here with my good brother, Mr. Antonio Ray Harvey. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great this afternoon, brother Amoya Glass. Thank you for another invitation.
Wonderful. So Kim and Darlene, they are actually taking a hiatus. I think today they might actually show up. I don't know, but we're actually going to get through the last portion of the assembly, 65 through 80 today, and then we're going to go over some overall stats so everybody can go home and take a look at their own district, or whatever education you can get from this, you can apply it to your own local, state, and federal position on how you want to vote. All right, so let's go into, I guess, the first district 65. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Thanks everyone for joining, by the way. We do appreciate you as well. So if you can, like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, we greatly appreciate it. All right, before we go, let me just test just to make sure everything is working on our end, and then we will get started here. Okay, so it does seem like we do have audio. Okay, audio is working. We are good to go, family. All right, so let's start off with District 65. We have Mike Gibson. He is an incumbent. He is a Democrat. All right, he looks like he received 99% of the votes. That's 38,000. And he's running against Lydia A. Gutierrez, who is a Republican, and looks like that's in the city of Compton. And I'm sure there's more cities within that district, 65.
He also represents Carson, right? Correct?
Yeah, I believe Carson, and I'm sure there's some more cities in there within District 65.
Watts, I believe.
Yeah. So we're just highlighting, certain cities. We're not going over, the overall thing, but just double check, if you guys are in that district, you guys are probably represented in that city. So double check your district. All right. So looks like the Black population is 19%. That's 96,027. And the largest ethnic group is Hispanic at 63%. That's 313,979. Since Mike Gibson is an incumbent, let's go and see if we have information on him. Okay, so let's see. He supports police reform, social justice, education, health, housing, and he was actually in office during AB 3121 and voted yes. He is a CLBC member and represents the counties of Watts, which Tony mentioned, Willowbrook, Compton, and as Tony mentioned as well, Carson. All right, let's go to District 66. All right, District 66, we have Al Marachucci. He is an incumbent. He's of the Democratic Party. He received 59% of the vote. He's running against George Barks. He's a Republican. That's in the city of Torrance and some other cities within District 66. Looks like the Black population is 3.90%. That's 18,150. The largest group there is white at 42.70%. That's 201,116. And since we do have some, I believe we have some information on Al Maratsuzi. All right, supports public education, digital divide, climate change, environmental justice, public safety, and veterans. Represents the counties of and cities El Segundo, Gardena, Lomita, Manhattan Beach, Torrance, San Pedro. And he was in office at the time of AB 3121 and voted aye. Yes or yay? All righty. Let's
South
go
Bay
to
City.
South. Shout out to South Bay. All right. Moving through here quickly, we have District 67. All right. Democratic Party, Sharon Quirk Silva. She is an incumbent. She received 52% of the votes. That's 35,000 approximately. She's running against Elizabeth Culver. And that's cities of Buena Park, Fullerton, Cypress. And Elizabeth Culver is a Republican. Let's see. Black population is 3.50%. That's 16,000. The largest ethnic group is Hispanic at 40%. That's 190,254. And because she is an incumbent, we do have, I believe we have some information on her. Let's see. Sharon Quirk Silva. Yes, we do. She supports access to affordable housing, quality education, and physical and mental health services. She was in office at the time of AB 3121 and voted yes. All right. We are moving and grooving on this wonderful Sunday. Here we go. District 68, family. District 68. We have Avelino Valencia at 58%. That's 28,000. He is of the Democratic Party, representing Anaheim, Orange, Santa Ana, and some other cities within District 68. We also have Mike Tardif, who is a Republican, and he's running against Avelino Valencia. The Black population is 1.30%. That's 6,259. And the largest ethnic group is Hispanic at 70%. That's 343,507. Let's go to, let's see here. All right. Avelino. All right. Avelino was not in office at the time of AB 3121. Represents the counties of Orange, supports expanded access to mental health resources, develop new city parks, small business, increased accessibility to housing. We do have Miss Darlene in the building. How you doing, Miss Darlene?
I'm doing fine. I was waiting for the text I never received, but oh well, that's my bad.
All right. Well, thank you for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Darlene.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, good.
All right. So we are rolling through. Darlene, I think I'm just going to go through these real quick, and then we're going to touch up on some statistics, and I think then maybe we can all jump in at
Okay.
this particular time.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So we're at 68. Okay, 69. We have, let's see, Josh Lowenthal, a Democrat, received 68% of the votes, 54,782. He's running against Joshua Rodriguez, Republican, at 32%, representing the cities of Carson and Long Beach. Let's see. Black population, 9.70%. The largest population is Hispanic at 42%, 199,083. Josh Lowenthal is an incumbent. So let's see information on him. All right, was not in office at the time of AB 3121, supports alleviation of homelessness, help at-risk children, create good 21st century jobs. represents the cities of Los Angeles, or the county of Los Angeles, Avalon, Carson, Long Beach, and Signal Hill. All right, we have District 70, Jimmy Pham, Democrat, versus Tree Ta. Jimmy received 40% of the votes at 31,812 versus Tree Ta. He received almost close to 60% of the votes at 46,752. Cities of Garden Grove, Westminster, Fountain Valley. Black population at 1.10%, 5,122. And the largest ethnic group there is Hispanic at 34%. That's 158,972.
More is
All right.
Asian at 37.70.
It is. Wow. Thank you for that, Darlene,
Mhm.
for that clarification. Yes, that's 37. Actually, that's real close between Hispanic and Asian. So, yeah, I overlooked that. Yeah,
Almost
37%
balanced.
for Asian. Yep. Tree Ta is an incumbent. So, let's go see if we have information for him. All right, supports helping small businesses, more efficient government, transportation, education, and was not in office at the time of AB 3121 in cities or counties of Los Angeles. All right, moving along here. District 71. We have Gary Kephart, a Democrat, received 34% of the votes at 38,000. He's running against Kate Sanchez, who is an incumbent. She received 63%, which is 71,000 during the primary election. Cities of Marietta and Temecula. Looks like the black population is 3.10%. That's 15,236. And the white population is the largest at 53.90%. That's 267,051. All right. And she is an incumbent. So let's go see Kate Sanchez. Kate Sanchez was not in office at the time of AB 3121, supports parental rights, public safety, fight against California tax increases, education reform, solutions to California's public school issues. All right.
But she had been critical of reparation bills. Let's not forget Ms. Kate Sanchez. Chris Lodson had to correct her on some misinformation that she was putting out a couple months ago during one of those bills. One of those bills, I believe that was it might have been SB 1050 that they were.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah, it was probably because I think she's. I don't know.
One
She's
of
going
those
to be next
committees.
year. Yeah, she was on the Committee of Judiciary.
Yes.
Yeah.
That probably would have been I want to say June 11th when she made those comments about her being a third generation immigrant.
Oh yeah, saying that she feels
Yeah.
like she's not responsible for it or whatever.
They're not responsible.
Yeah, and our good
also
brother Chris put her in place.
Yeah, because
Yeah, he
she
did.
had mentioned that reparation would cost $800 billion or something like that, and Chris had to correct her and say, no, the experts saying that's what we're owed, $800 billion. We wasn't asking for $800 billion. Just wanted to mention that.
Thank you for that, sir. All right, District 72. We have Dom Jones of the Democratic Party. Love the sisters Rainbow Hair. Representing Huntington Beach and Newport Beach. All right, she received 39% of the vote. She's running against Republican Party candidate Dion Dixon, who is an incumbent. Received 60% of the vote at 87,904. The black population is 1.30%, 6,329. And the white population is the largest at 62.30%. All right. Diane Dixon was not in office at the time of AB 3121, supports school safety, public safety, philanthropic. Counties Orange, and cities Huntington Beach, Laguna Hills, Forest Lake or Lake Forest, Seal Beach, Laguna Hills, Aliso Viejo.
Now, you think that's her hair?
I have no idea.
No, it looks like a wrap, hair wrap sort of scarf.
Now that you
thing.
mentioned it, it's really colorful. I don't know.
It's very colorful.
I-
I don't.
Hey, it just looks like some type of hair piece, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is a wrap. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a wrap. I mean, they probably could make weave hair like that, braiding hair like that. I've just never seen him, so I will back away from that.
Thanks for your observance on that. District 73, we have Cody Petrie Norris. 56% of the votes she received at 45,950, is an incumbent, represents Irvine Casa. She's running against Scotty Poiter at, he's a Republican Party, received 30% of the votes. Let's see, Black population is 1.70% at 8,355. The white population is 37.40%. That's 185,749. Trailing closely is the Asian population at 33.10% at 164,238. Let's go see information on Assemblymember Norris. Voted yes on AB 3121. Supports improve access to healthcare, veterans, small business, access to clean drinking water. Yes, we all like access to clean drinking water. That is very important, especially during the times, we have disasters out there in the hurricane season. So shout out to all of our people who are, going through out there on the East Coast. Counties Orange, cities Costa Mesa, Irvine, and Tustin. All right, moving through 74. We have Chris Duncan, Democratic Party, received 44% at 51,000. Oceanside cities, running against Lori Davies, who is an incumbent. She's representing the Republican Party, received 55% of the vote, 64,187. The Black population is 3.20%. That's 16,212. The largest ethnic group is white at 51.90%, 265,080 there. All right. Let's go see Lori Davies here. Laura Davies was not in office at the time of AB 3121, represents the counties of Orange and San Diego, supports small business. '75. All right, we have Carl DeMaio, received 42% at 54,350 of the Republican Party. He's running against Andrew Hayes of the Republican Party, received 18%. That's 23,664 of the votes. Cities Ramona, Lakeside, and Santee. The Black population is 2.30% at 10,601, and the largest population is white at 60%. That's 282,945. And since both of them are not incumbents, we are going to move on to the next one. So it looks like that district is going to be Republican. All right, District 76. We have Darshana Patel of the Democratic Party. She received 34% of the votes at 34,066. Cities of Escondido. She's running against Christy Bruce Lane, a Republican. She received 49%. That's 49,316. And there's no incumbents here. looks like the black population is 1.80%. That's 8,468. The largest ethnic group is white at 44.60%. That's 207,109. District 77, we have Tasha Bauerner Horvath. She received 56% of the vote at 72,606 of the Democratic Party. She's running against James Brown, and that's with the E, not Brown, like the artist. Hit me. Sorry, just had to say that. All right, he's of the Republican Party, received 38% of the vote at 49,017. The cities of Encinitas. Black is at 2.10%. That's 10,308. And the largest ethnic group there is white at 66.10%. That's 323,952. And no incumbents are running in that race. District 78, we have Christopher Ward, and there is no opponent. So it looks like he's
a shoo-in.
He is a shoo-in at 100% of the vote, 79,000. The black population is 4.60%, and the white population is the largest ethnic group at 50%, 260,240, representing the cities of Linda Vista and Tierra Santa. All right. District 79. All right, we have Colin Parent, who is a Democrat, received 39% of the votes at 21,992. He's running against Lachey Sharp Collins. She received 30% of the vote at 16,854. Cities of El Cajon, La Mesa, Lemon Grove, no incumbents. Looks like the black population is 11.40%. That's 58,795. And the largest ethnic group there is Hispanic. That's 42.90% at 220,921. All right, here we go. District 80. We have David Alvarez of the Democratic Party, received 59% of the votes at 41,070. He is an incumbent. Cities of National City and Chula Vista. Running against the Republican Party candidate Michael W. Williams, received 40% of the vote at 28,220. The black population is 4.60% at 23,626. And the largest ethnic group is Hispanic at 63.70%. That's 330,648. All right, so that's it for 65 through 80. I have noticed that actually the Hispanic population has some large ethnic groups within these, at least 65 through 80, and I believe in some other groups as well. I mean, that's one thing.
Do you have his incumbent information, David Alvarez?
I do. Thank you for that. I was just about to skip all that and go.
Oh, I just wanted to see what he voted on. AB 3121.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Not in office.
Not in office.
Yeah. Counties of San Diego support small business, building parks, libraries, and fire stations in neighborhoods. Okay. All right. So that wraps it up. 65 through 80. And if anyone hasn't seen the previous districts with the Assembly and also Senate, please go back, take a look at it, especially if they are in your districts. Please do your further research. All right, Tony and Darlene, before I switch over to some overall statistics, is there anything else that y'all want to mention before we move on?
You mean about the election?
Well, in particular with the Assembly and Senate for these districts. Is there anything in particular, or?
No, it just seemed like a lot of Republicans running. And this is a two-tier system political system voting system that we have here in the state. So for them, the Republicans to climb up into that position, I think at this point is pretty impressive. I mean, just about all of them, the Democrats that you shown here today are running against a Republican. Not to say that they will win, but I do honestly expect one or two surprises this election season for the general election on November 5th. So yeah, that's one of the things that I noticed.
Okay, Darlene.
Well, one of the things I've noticed, and from the other show I did, and this one is, and we also mentioned it when we actually did the actual road to reparations, looking at the districts, how low the Black populations are. You know, we don't have a large mass of Black, hopefully descended, as I'm going to call it, population really living anywhere. We're just scattered. So that's a little troubling. And I think Sacramento has the largest. I mean, I actually haven't looked at the numbers, but that's what I was told.
Yeah, I think Sacramento does have one. Now, I think for the overall counties, I believe Los Angeles has the largest Black population. But as far as cities, I believe Sacramento's pretty up there, which is interesting. I will see how, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over, since we're talking about some statistics, I wanted to go over some overall statistics for everyone. This is going to be a very interesting race period here for both the Senate and the Assembly. There's going to be some shakers, I have a feeling, definitely. So let's actually start with the state Senate. Currently, there are 31 Democrats and 9 Republicans. No other parties are represented right now in the California State Senate. All right. In terms of who's running currently in the California State Senate race for 2024, we have 22 Democrats that are running and 18 Republicans. So that is very interesting. I mean, that's pretty close. In District 1, that's pretty much secured. Republicans, there's 2 Republicans running in that race. We have Districts 7, 9, and 35. Looks like the Democrats are, 2 Democrats are running in 7, 9, and 35. So that's pretty much secured for 7, 9, and 35. We do have, looks like 8 incumbents for Democrats running and 1 Republican who's an incumbent who's running for the California State Senate. So that's a total of 9 incumbents for the state Senate race. In terms of who's leading into the general election, we have 15 that are leading for Democrats, and we have 5 that are leading for Republicans. All right. Let's see.
So,
yeah.
You said it was 31 Republicans and 31 Democrats and 9 Republicans in the Senate. For most of the legislative year was 32 and 8. So one of the Democrats switched over to Republican.
That is correct.
I'm not sure what her name is. It is a female, but I forget what her name is. So that's how the numbers came out, toward the end. So just want to bring that up too. And I'm pretty sure y'all have already talked about that, discussed that. So,
yeah, I can't remember her name either, but I did vaguely recall that she switched.
Yeah, I believe she's under investigation too. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something crazy.
There's something going on with that one. But anyway, we're going to find out. And then only on the Senate side too. From what I'm seeing, Darlene, Lamoya, I just see 1 or 2 upsets somewhere in it, with the Republicans. They're going to upset some people. I mean, they're going to upset, a couple of these incumbents. I just see it. Well, we're going to find out in less than 30 days. But I'm not saying it's going to be a change in the balance of power, but I mean, look at all these close races that you look at.
Yeah.
And especially with the areas that have a large, I'm not really speaking about the Senate, I don't remember, but on the Assembly side, that large Hispanic vote is really going to turn it. Is really going to make a difference on some of these districts in races. Definitely are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And actually, I did create some slides, so we are going to go further deeper into who's running what in the districts, but I just wanted to show everybody some overall information right now. All right, so the closest races are districts 13, 5, 19, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 35, and 37. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 races there that are pretty close. And I just said if they're roughly about 10 percentage points between the candidates, give or take, I mean, that could be 15, etc. Or more. I consider that a pretty close race. I mean, everybody can judge on their own terms, but that's what I use as the indicator. So I guess, let me see how I...
And we do want to point out that District 35 will be vacated by Senator Bradford. He's terming out. So that is definitely a potential CLBC seat. And it's 39, the Stockton. No, she's in Assembly, I think. 30, that Black woman.
Are you talking about Wilson?
No.
She's in district. Yeah, I think we'll go over her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have some information on Stockton's race there. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up. I thought I did one for, let's see, the Assembly. I did one for the Assembly. Let me see. Did I do one for the Senate? I think I did one for the Senate. You know what? I'm just going to run through those just real quick. Let's see. I don't think I did one for the Senate, but we'll run through. I did an overall for the Senate. So let me see here. So we're going to quickly run through that one. All right, let's do the Senate real quick, and then we'll go to the Assembly side. And then we'll end up doing the potential CLBCs for both the Senate and Assembly. So let's look at the Senate close races real quick here. All right. Let's see. Let me take this down. All right. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let me go back to, let's see. So it looks like the closest races were 13, 5, 19, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 35, and 37. Okay. So let's, we're going to quickly go through this here real quick. All right. So District 1, no. District 3. Okay. This is a pretty close race here. So that's between the Democrat and the Republican there. So that's a close race there. All right. That's Fairfield and Vallejo. I know that's close to you, but that's not your district, right, Darlene?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Calderon, he's a former mayor of West Sacramento.
Oh, which one? Christopher Calderon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calderon, yes, I'm sorry. Calderon, yeah, he's a former mayor for West Sacramento.
Okay. We have another close race here, District 5. So this is actually in Stockton. So for those people in Stockton, take a look. We have Jen Shoemaker is Republican at 43. He's running against Jerry McCurney. So looks like District 5 most likely will be Republican, but hey, never know.
Wow. McNerney, he's been there for a while too. Sitting in that seat.
Well,
Yes, man.
not District 7. We'll skip that. District 9. Nope. District 11. Nope. District 30. Nope. 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 Okay, so this is going to be a pretty close race too. Lisa Middleton, Palm Spring, 29 Palms. She's running against the incumbent, who's a Democrat, Rosalia Ochoa Ball. And I know she was critical of some of the reparations bills coming through too. So yeah, but that's going to be a pretty close race because Lisa Middleton received 46% of the vote for Democrat. And the Republican Party candidate, Rosalisi Ochoa Ball, received 53%. So if you're in that district, take a look at that one. All right. Another close. Nope. Actually, this is a close race too. Kip Mueller versus Suzette Martinez Valadares. Looks like she's a Republican. She's leading that race. And that's Palmdale, Lancaster, Santa Clarita. I know we have some family out there in that district, so definitely take a look at that one. All right. 25 is another close race between Sasha Renee Perez at 32%. Elizabeth Wong is leading at 35%. So that's a very close race.
That is very close. Mm-hmm.
So we'll see, the results that happen in District 25. That's Glendale, Pasadena, and Alhambra. All right, 27. Close race. Henry Stern at 44% versus Lucy Velazzi at 38%. So it looks like a Democrat is leading in that district. I'd say this is a pretty close race too. Luis Gomez Reyes, there's no incumbents in this race, is running against Republican, but she is leading it. This is San Bernardino and Fontana out there, District 29. So for those that are in that district, it looks like possibly a Democrat will be representing District 29 for the Senate. All right, now this is a surprise to me. Cynthia Navarro versus Sabrina Cervantes. Cynthia Navarro is a Republican at 45%, and Sabrina Cervantes is of the Democratic Party, and she is running in the Senate. Very, very close. But if I'm correct, I believe Sabrina Cervantes was in the Assembly, I want to say, because I don't know why, but I just remember her being in the Assembly.
Yes, she is in the Assembly.
She is in the Assembly. Okay.
Yes, she's running for that seat too as well. But yes, she is in the Assembly. So she won't be able to hold on to that seat since she's running for this office. But she is a Democrat. I believe her sister was running for another office, but I don't think she made it out to primary. But her sister's city council or somewhere down there in Riverside, Valley, one of those things. But these numbers, even at the federal level, we could be looking at some upsets there. I mean, she only clocked in just over 40,000 votes compared to Cynthia Navarro's 46,633. That is going to be a close race. That is going to be something to watch.
Yeah, and if I recall, I think Sabrina also voted yes on AB 3121. So yeah,
she was in office at the time.
So this is going to be a close one.
And then also you have to factor in, like in my district, it was actually not for the Senate, but for the Assembly. There were actually 4 people running. So they might have had other people running and kind of divided the vote. So where are those votes going to go now? You
Right.
know,
Good point.
It had to be factored in too.
it has to be factored in.
All right, we'll skip 33, 35. Now this race. All
Wow.
right. This one,
Wow.
Michelle Chambers versus Laura Richardson. So number one, obviously, two Democrats running against each other in Inglewood, Compton, and Carson, and they are going to be replacing Senator Bradford. If I'm correct, right? He's District 35.
Yes.
Okay.
Bradford is 35, and Laura Richardson has served here before. She was Assemblywoman here a few years back. She's been here.
So this is a very tight race. Now, if I'm correct, Darlene and Tony, I believe Michelle Chambers has said that she supports descendant reparations.
Yes, she has. Actually, I met her when we were at one of the hearings. She was actually coming off the elevator to go to Senator Bradford's office, and I met her that day. I have a picture with her.
Okay.
And what's interesting, this is a close race, no doubt. But both of them had a little scandal in their background, in particular, Miss Richardson. She actually had to pay restitution. But she said, she's learned, she's a new person, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people, can't clean up the act. I know when she was in the assembly, she was, I believe, renting out a house in Curtis Park. And she got behind on her bills.
Yes.
She wasn't keeping the lawn care, up to date.
The association got her. Yeah. Right.
The home association got her. I mean, weeds growing around and things. So things pretty much got out of hand. But hey, Black folks are forgiving. So we're not going to hold it.
Yeah, she said she is a different person now. So I'm not holding it against her. It's not my district either, but I'm not holding that against her. We all make mistakes. But a little tidbit on Michelle Chambers. Her brother is Michael Williams. He was the actor from The Wire who died of fentanyl overdose. If you guys watched The Wire.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, that's her brother. Yeah, that's her brother.
It's very interesting. Shout out to Michael Williams. Great actor.
Great actor.
May he rest in power.
Yes.
Right. He was a
I'm going to tell you, I think it was 2 years, maybe 3 years ago. You know how sometimes those Showtime and HBO, they give you those 2 weeks free, whatever. So I hurried up and watched The Wire because I didn't want to have Showtime. When they say that's some good television, I mean, they really, really, that is one of the best shows ever, is The Wire.
So do we know if Laura Richardson actually supports reparations for descendants, or?
That I do not know.
I don't know. Well, if anyone does know, if Laura Richardson does, let us know. I would love actually to have both of them on the channel. I don't know if we're going to have time to do that because early election, I think first voting is tomorrow, I believe, out here in California. So, but hey, people still have until November 5th to vote. So,
yes. And Senator Bradford has endorsed Chambers. So.
Oh, he has. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So 37. This is actually pretty close. So we have Josh Newman. He's an incumbent. Democrat. He's running against Stephen S. Cho. He's 21%. That's out there in Irvine and Mission Viejo. So you never know. He is a Republican. So there might be a swap coming in November, but who knows? So that is actually a pretty close race. Absolutely not. Dr. Cleo Weber is taking names. So yeah. So that is it on the Senate side. So
pretty much decided.
Yeah, I know, right?
I would think. Yeah. Let me see what the demographic is. Can you go up a little bit more? Let me see. I know Hispanic is 30. What is the Black? 8%.
All right. So let's go back to that handy dandy overall. Where's that overall slide? Here we go. Okay, so that was the Senate side. So now we're going to do the Assembly side. And for the Assembly side, currently there are 62 Democrats, 17 Republicans, no independents, and 1 vacancy. All right, totaling 80. 83 Democrats are running, 74 Republicans are running, and 2 independents are running. Districts 1, 8, 32, 33, 75. Looks like the Republicans have secured those districts. Districts 14, 19, 26, 50, 52, 54, 57, 79. The Democrats have secured those. So the Republicans looks like they secured 5 districts, and the Democrats have secured 8. District 79, within the secured districts, once again, is no contest. Democrats, there are 43 incumbents that are running and 13 Republican incumbents that are running, totaling 56. Looks like the Democrats are leading in 56 of the races, and Republicans are leading in 24 of the races. All right. So looks like the close race districts are 1, 6, 8, 13, 15, 26, 27, 39, 40, 42, 44, 47, 48, 52, 54, 57, 62, 74, and 79. So that's, let's see, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So about 19, 20 races that are pretty close this year. So who knows? Let's go see. I'm going to share this tab here. Okay.
Well, before you share that, Mario, when you have potential CLBC, you don't have District 11 in there. You're not considering that, or you have 18, which is Bonta and Sanford, but you don't have District 11. She's the incumbent, Wilson. I was just curious how you made your grid here.
You know what?
I just want to say she's secured, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I might have just missed, and I think that's your district, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably just missed it, to be honest with you. So thanks for catching that. But I might have added on. I don't think I did, though. But we'll see. Who knows? Yeah. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so here are the potential close races for the Assembly. We have District 1 at, you know what? Let's do this. I am going to actually, do I have a full? I don't know if I have a full. If I do have the full one, I will share that one. I don't think I do. Yeah, never mind. We'll just share this one. Because I don't think I have a full list of the Assembly. So let's just go with this one. So District 1 is a close race. Looks like both Republicans. So this is going to be a Republican secured district. Tanisa Audette has 29% and Heather Hadwick has 35%. So looks like the Republicans are going to be securing that one. District 2 is a pretty close race there. Chris Rogers, a Democrat, at 19%, and Michael Greer at 27%, Republican, but most likely, if the numbers pan out, a Republican seat will be in District 2. Let's see. I don't think this one's a close race. 58, yeah, so that's not District 5. We'll skip all that.
Yeah, Patterson got that. Now, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
This was Kevin McCarty's seat. Who's
District 6, yeah, Sacramento.
Currently a member of the California Legislative Black Caucus. and McCarty, as we know, is running for mayor, Sacramento mayor, against Dr. Flolon
Mhm.
Colford. So Maggie Krill, she used to work under the leadership of Kamala Harris in the Attorney General office. I believe she still does. She's an attorney.
Hmm.
I do remember she ran for a Sacramento County district attorney a few years ago, but she is back at the state level so she's working for Bonta now. She is working for Bonta now. So, but she is an attorney in the state attorney general's office. Now, the other person is Nikki Ellis. I have no intel on her, but who knows? There's definitely something to watch out for because, as we know, that X out one of the members for CLBC.
Yeah.
We currently
Yeah.
have 12 members, but that could still grow as well with these other different races, especially in the south end of the state. But we did officially lose a member from CLBC with these two candidates, non-black candidates, running for District 6.
All right. District 7. Now we can skip
Let me see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. You went
Yeah.
kind of fast. District
Yeah,
7.
52
Oh, well.
and 29. Yeah, that's a
Portia
All right,
Middleton. She's
sister.
currently a Citrus Heights city council person.
Mm.
yeah, that's it's what it is. Here's a close race, District 8, between George Radanovich and David Tanchipa. That looks like it's going to be red for Republicans in that district. So, yeah. Those out in Sonora Bishop, take a look definitely for District 8. Now here it is. Here's what we were talking about,
What I was
Darlene, in
talking about,
Stockton.
yes.
Yeah.
Stockton, okay. She's at 41%. Okay, it's going to be a close race. 41%, 37. Yeah, it's going to be close. She's a potential CLBC. I mean, I don't know anything about her. But it's something to watch.
Yeah, so she that's very close though, 41 and 37. So, we'll have to see what's going to happen in that district. So that's District 13. So those folks out there in Stockton and Tracy and some of the others in District, get your votes in. All right. Not at all.
No.
Buffy Wicks is handling her business. All right, let's see
Absolutely.
here. District 15, we have Anna Marie Avila Ferris against Sonia Leto. Very close there.
Very close.
So that could swing either way. All right, 16. Nope. Okay, District 35. You never know. I mean, 43 to 57 in Bakersfield. Just never know. I mean, 43 is still kind of pretty close on the 57. So who knows? So the Republican might take that one in Bakersfield, but we'll see. Jasmeet Baines, who is an incumbent, is leading in that race. So it's for our Bakersfield family.
No.
Yeah, I think Jeff Gonzalez might get this one. He is a Republican out there in Blythe. All right, nope. Let's see, 34-26. This is pretty close. So it looks like this is going to be a Democrat secure district here. District 26 for Santa Clara and Cupertino. That's up here in Northern California. All right. And whoo, this is a close one. Merced Madera County up here in, I guess that's Central Valley-ish. Northern Central Valley-ish. District 27 between Esmeralda Soraya and Joanna Garcia Rose. Joanna Garcia Rose is leading by 50% versus Esmeralda at 49%. So,
Wow.
Oh, that's really close. That you ain't even
Soraya,
gonna
she's an incumbent too, isn't
Yeah,
yep.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually quite shocked because I think she was in support, some reparations initiative. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I
she
mean, who
has.
knows?
She supports some other CLBC bills too. So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
All right, so District 28.
Yeah.
Gail just handling all her business. She like, man, I ain't
Mhm.
playing on nobody. All right. 53. Pretty close race here between Ron Carrillo and Paul Marsh. This is in the Palmdale, Lancaster, Victorville area where we know blacks have been pushed out to those districts from the Los Angeles area. So definitely take a look at this one. That's District 39. So it looks like he is leading into that. Juan Carrillo is leading at 53%. So close race here. Pilar Chavo, who's an incumbent at 50% versus Patrick Gibson at Republican in Santa Clarita. That's down there in Southern California. So
There's only a few votes
yep.
that separate these two.
So this one might go red, but we'll see. Who knows? 10 percentage points off ish. So we have John Harabidian. This is not an incumbent race. He's running against Michelle Del Rosario Martinez. She is a Republican, and she's actually winning in or higher numbers, I should say, going into the general. So that's the Pasadena area. All right. 42. This is a close race too. Thousand Oaks. All right. We have Jackie Irwin versus Ted Nordblom, 54-45. So that's going to be a pretty close race. Nope. Close race here between Nick Schultz and Tony Rodriguez. That's in Burbank. This is in Hollywood area. Warner Brothers. So it looks like Nick Schultz, Democrat, is at 28 and Tony Rodriguez, Republican, at 25. Let's see. Another close race. Greg Wallace, Republican, at 48. Christy Holstage at Democrat at Palm Springs, Palm Desert. All right. See, that's a close race. 48. Close race here. Blanca Rubio is an incumbent at 41%, running against Dan Tran, Republican, Baldwin Hills, West Covina, and Covina. So that's a close race. Nope. Another close race, Jessica Caloza versus Francisco Carrillo. It's like this is going to be a Democrat seat here. 29% for Jessica and 26% for Francisco. So that's the Glendale, Los Feliz, Highland Park area. So for those who are in those areas in that district, take a look at that race. Nope. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, District 54, Los Angeles. 45 for Mark Gonzalez, and John Yee is 34. So that's going to be a Democrat seat for sure. 57. Ooh. So this is definitely going to be Democrat. So we have Sade or Sadie El Harari versus Efron Martinez. 31% for Sade, and Efron is 32%.
And this is Jones Sawyer's district, or this current district. Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Then you know Sade says she's black. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay. Yeah, I did put her on the CLBC
Okay.
list as well.
Gotta
so
be
we'll
Sade,
be
huh?
I'm
Can't be
assuming
Sadie,
it's
gotta be Sade.
Yeah, Sade, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Can you go back to that one 72 district before? Okay, yes. With the clear
But
the not yes,
one more down,
District 57. One more down. Okay. That one
or
Riverside. Right. That is Sabrina Cervantes' sister there.
Oh, her sister, the one you were saying. Yeah. Okay. So she
Right,
didn't
right.
make it out. Yeah.
She
Okay.
did make it out. She did make it
Mm-hmm.
out. Despite the fact that I think she picked up a DUI at the end of last year too, and
Oh,
you know
did
mm,
she's
she?
still rolling.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think this is a close race though.
No.
48.
nope.
No. Mm-mm.
She's gonna get whopped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, District 73. Nah. Okay, so District 74, we have Chris Duncan versus Lori Davies, who's an incumbent. Oceanside. Let's see here. Yeah, pretty close there. 44% for Chris, and Lori has 55%. So never know how that's going to swing. Okay, so we have, this is a close race here. Two Democrats. Colin Parent versus Lachey Sharp Collins. Colin has 39 and Lachey has 30. So that's a close one. So we don't know how that's going to race.
That's Akila Weber's seat, right?
Yeah, I believe it is.
District 79. The Webers was holding on that past few years. So look like we might lose that seat. Look like the CLBC may lose that seat. But I know it's pretty close. Who knows?
We'll see.
You know.
I mean, and I'm trying not to look at this because I'm, personally in my life, I don't do identity politics, but I can't help but look at these numbers and think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right, so District 80, we have David Alvarez at 59% and Michael W. Williams. Kind of close, but not really. I mean, most likely David Alvarez will probably win this district. But who knows? Who absolutely knows? So let's go over to the, let's see, CLBC. Can you see my screen, fam?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the potential, and it looks like I did miss Lori Wilson. So thanks for that clarification, Darlene. So it's always good to have a second eye.
Yes. Well, I'm in her district, so I was looking for her.
But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna blow this up a little bit so we can kind of go through these. All right, so District 35, once again, we have Michelle Chambers. She's running against Lori Richardson. So District 35, definitely potentially to be a CLBC member there. District 39, this is in the Senate, by the way. We have Dr. Keila Weber, who most likely will be a CLBC member down there in San Diego. So. And then we have District 13 here, which is a close race. So potentially Rhodesia Ransom, who is leading that currently in that district, that race. So we will see. But that one is really tight. We also have District 18 here. Mia Bonta versus Andre Sanford. So either way, there's going to be a CLBC member in this district for District 18.
I'm gonna have to get a nod to Bonta. I know the brother's really intelligent, has some good ideas, and he's giving it a shot. He's an independent too. Is that correct?
He is.
Yes, he is. But that's a powerful seat in Alameda, and I think that's already decided.
Yeah, I mean, she's already at 84%. I mean, unless Andre does some, serious work between now and November 5th. But who knows, man? I mean, you just never know, brother. Never know. All right, so we have 57. Sade Aouari, Florence at 31% and 32 for Efron Martinez.
That's really
So
close. That's close.
that is really close, family. So we
Mhm.
do have a potential CLBC member in the assembly for Sade. So we will see.
Well, she is, Spanish speaking. So even though she classified as black as well, she is Spanish speaking. Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
District 60, we have Corey Jackson versus
Mhm.
Ron Edwards. There's some rumors going around that, Rod Edwards may have a shot in District 60 as a Republican. I mean, according to these numbers, it looks like Corey Jackson pretty much has it in the bag down there in District 60. So I don't know. Who knows?
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting thing. But at this point, I would give the nod to Jackson.
Yeah.
But we won't know until that day or afterwards.
All right, District 65. Woo! Mike Gibson is taking all kind of names. All right. 99% of the vote.
0.4%, 152 votes. Well, he's running unopposed, to be honest with you.
I know. At that point.
At this point,
we could just move on from him. We could just get that's taken care of. He got all the names he needs.
Yeah, next.
Yeah, well, the CLBC member is Mike Gibson for District 65. Yeah, he's taking names on there. All right, District 72, the sister with the rainbow, I don't know, hair locks, maybe hair.
I don't know. I've never seen braided hair that way. Just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Twists, maybe. I don't know.
It's like a wrap to me.
A wrap.
No comment.
Okay.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
Phony. No comment.
I can't call it. I don't know. Hey, I know one thing. One of those racial equity bills just got passed, so she won't have to worry about hairstyle or texture or anything being discriminated against. And I'm not discriminated against the sister either, but I
as a woman who wears braided hair, I kind of think it's more of a wrap than braids.
Okay. Well, potentially CLBC member Dom Jones, District 72. She's running against Diane Dixon, but it's not looking too good.
No, it's not looking good.
I mean, 40% though. I mean, that's pretty good though, if you think about it. I mean, her not being an incumbent and I don't know if this is her first time running or not, in a race like this, but that's pretty good at 40%. So, shout out to her. District 77, we have James Brown with an E, hit me, running against Tasha Boner Horvath, and he is a Republican, so he has a little work to do, but he potentially can be a CLBC. As a matter of fact, I don't think, at least as far as Congress is concerned, I don't think there are any Black Republicans in the Congress. But I don't know. I know there's not any CLBC members that are Republican right now. So who knows if there's a Republican, Black Republican that does win and they do identify themselves as Black. You never know. All right. So he could be potentially a CLBC member for James Brown. And we have District 79. I know we went over this one as well. Close race with Lachey Sharp Collins versus Colin Parent. All right, that is District 79. As good brother Tony mentioned, that is or was soon to be Dr. Keela Weber's seat there for the assembly. All right, family, I think that's it. And that is the wrap up for this series here for the Senate and the Assembly. And, it's going to be very interesting this upcoming November. We didn't actually have a chance to go over some of the propositions. Might do a one-off video for that one. but it's been really, really, really busy. But
Mhm.
before we go, Tony, so what's going on in your world, brother?
Well, the special session is still in progress. And matter of fact, a bill was passed on October 1st. And as we know, Governor Newsom, he called a special session to prevent gasoline price spikes. So now they just passed a bill, Assembly Bill X2-1, I believe on October 1st. And that bill is on its way to the Senate for consideration. So the Senate will have a floor discussion starting tomorrow, October the 7th. So that's about it. And mainly what that is, at least with this bill ABX 2-1 allows the state to require oil refineries to procure minimum inventory of fuel to prevent supply shortages that trigger higher gasoline prices for consumers and higher profits for the industry. So that's been the debate. But it's kind of questionable too, because this bill passed 40-18. And the roll call was 79 assembly people, and only 17 of them did not vote, or non-votes. And Mike Gibson was one of the non-voters. Mike Gibson of the CLBC, Assemblyman Mike Gibson. So I don't know one way to call it, what's happening there. I know Assemblyman Reggie Jones Sawyer, he spoke during the debate right before the vote. He had visited Denver, Colorado, I think like the weekend before. His son lives there, and he said the gas was like $2.99 per gallon, whereas people in South Los Angeles is paying $5.65 per gallon. So that's almost $3 more than here, at least in that part of California, than what they're paying in Denver, Colorado. So you know how these things get, at least with the gasoline prices. California is leading the country as having the highest gasoline prices. So I don't know. I don't know what this is going to do or how it's going to affect it. I know Senate Majority Leader Mike McGuire, he did not want to have the special session, but now that the Assembly has voted on it, they have nothing. There's no other way. They have to come back to the Senate House and vote on this bill. So we'll see what happens with that at this week, starting tomorrow. So just wanted to break down on that too. And as I mentioned to you earlier, Amoya, they did have the State of Black California event in Moreno Valley yesterday, October the 5th. Al Sharpton wasn't able to attend. I believe his father passed away. So I want to send my condolences out to that. And they did have a good showing. And there was a few protesters at the event that they would not let into the event. And of course, these protesters are basically reparationists, reparation advocates. And a few people from LA showed up, but they were not allowed to attend the event. So I just wanted to report that out. So that's all I have, brother and sister.
Well, just to Darlene, I'll let you jump in as well. Just to elaborate on that, I did, hear that, some of the advocates are trying to get a special session, in particular for these reparations bills, SB 1331 and 1403, to be heard. But nothing's come to fruition on that. So, yes, Miss Darlene.
Well, I want to go back to the gas. Tony, thank you for that information. I would certainly love the gas prices to go down. I take premiums, so it's like I kind of base my life on how much gas I'm going to spend that week, because it's a lot, depending on where I go, I could, mine is almost not quite 6. It has gone down a penny or two, it seems like, but it's way over $5 a gallon, and that's just ridiculous.
I paid
So
like $4.97 yesterday, I believe. But I went
you
to
have you take regular.
I take regular, but I was at a Chevron. You know, it might be a little less than that at AM PM or something like that.
Yeah.
That's just the first gas station that I pulled up on. I was getting low on fuel, but it's still a lot.
It's still
too
a lot.
high.
I like to go to this other gas station, but when I'm running out of time, I'll go to the Chevron right by my house. So I know I'm spending extra, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yes.
Yeah, so I appreciate your reporting on that.
Yeah,
And as
thank you.
far
Because
as
that
these,
authorized that would I don't mean to cut you off, darling. I'm gonna let you finish your spill. That would authorize the California Energy Commission to require refiners to plan for resupply during maintenance outages. That's been the main problem. That's why they call it a special session. Okay. So
you're gonna have a
that's
write-up on
when
it?
they do yes, coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
When they do these maintenance on this refinery, then the gas price goes up. So I think that's what they're trying to avoid, to prevent. I know the Republicans is like, well, you got to build more storage supply, more reserves and pipelines, so those things wouldn't happen. And I have to agree with them on that too. Okay, but then there has to be some guidelines put in place when they do these maintenance. These refineries do these maintenance, so they want pass on the cost to the consumers, because gas go up 10, 50, 40, 50%, 50 cents.
It makes a
lot of money
difference.
on the
It
gallon.
does. It makes a difference. It really does. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do this event because it's going to cost me. You know what I mean? So yeah, it makes a difference. Then I need gas for my fun. You know what I'm saying? My fun travel. So it's just like a mouse and cat game right here, cat and mouse game. So what I'm gonna do? I'll look forward for that reporting tomorrow. Also, as far as the Senate and the Assembly, I certainly, primary is going to come back around another year and a half or whatever. I mean, we need to target, who we want in the primary. I would love to see more descendants. I really don't care what party you're in, because I'm not a party person. I'm policy over party. I would just like to see, especially, they have to be 10 toes down on reparations. But I would definitely like to see more descendants in the race for Senate and Assembly, because there's just not a lot going on right now. And like you said, we possibly going to be losing 2 of the 12 CLBCs. Not that they did much for us this time, but there we are. There's District 11, Lori Wilson. She's going to get it. She's definitely going to get it. But she's a recognized name. She's been there she's currently the chair. And Dave Ennis just doesn't have enough backing behind him right now. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep it all 100 here. Just really disappointed with Lori Wilson's leadership this year with CLBC. And it's unfortunate. I mean, especially going to what could have been an historic American legislative bill. That could have changed the trajectory of not only her constituents, but America, California first, and then the country second. So just very, very disappointed with Lori Wilson and her leadership this year.
And I will say that, I will say this, Umoria. Of course, I'm in her district, so I receive her monthly newsletter. She has never once brought up even the low-hanging fruit CBLC priority bill. She never has mentioned it in her newsletter. She has not even mentioned AC88, which is now Prop 6. She hasn't even mentioned those in her newsletter. So, what are you here
And that's
for?
her bill. That's her bill.
And that's her
Prop
bill.
6.
Yeah, that's her bill. So what are you here for? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So, and I won't go into detail, but she did not get my vote during the primary. She will not get it on November the 5th. I'll just put that out there. Mhm.
All right.
Neither did Mr. Ennis, didn't get it either. So I'll just put that out there. Mhm.
All right. Well,
Also,
thank
you
you.
stayed neutral. You stayed neutral in that fashion.
Well, no, it was the black woman running. I didn't know anything about her. Yeah, she was.
So
She
you
was a
did vote.
Republican. It was a protest vote. I didn't know anything about her. And what I made my mind, Tony, to be honest with you, is when we were all at the press conference that they did in, was it January, February? I made up my mind. I wasn't.
February 21st.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't voting. I made up my mind that day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't have time to do any research on the person I did vote for. Just, I said, well, Miss Wilson, you don't need my vote, so you won't get it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, probably most likely. I mean, we're looking at what one. If we're looking at Lori Wilson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, according to the numbers right now, definitely 7 CLBC members so far, for sure. Well, let me not say for sure. I'll just say most likely, according to the numbers. But I mean, go to the polls and you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
and you could almost count District 35. That's Chambers and Richardson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can almost count.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So we know we got one coming out of there.
We got one coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's another potential one down there in Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
Stockton as well. So could be.
You never know. We have to wait till November 6th or 7th, whenever they finish casting the votes.
Yeah.
As far as Andre Sanford, I would like to see. I don't think he's going to get it. I think the Bonta name is too recognizable for one thing, and but I would certainly like to see him come back and try it.
Yeah, for the primaries. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Tony. We're going to say something.
No, yeah, I know we're about to sign off here, but so if Chambers or Richardson win, one of the two, okay. If Akilah wins and Lola Smallwood Cuevas is still in her seat, that could be potential 3 black women in the Senate. I've just thought about that.
That's true.
Now Smallwood Cuevas, she would come up in 2 years.
Yeah, right.
Akilah Weber and either Chambers or Richardson will do the other 2 years. So, it'll be staggered a little for them. But they will spend these first 2 years.
That could be history. That could be a history moment in makings too.
Yeah.
3 black women in the Senate.
Yeah. So they will spend the first 2 years together for sure.
That we do know. We do know.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to bring that up because I just thought about that when you mentioned that race with Chambers and Richardson. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And as always, family, thank you for joining in. I don't know when we're actually going to be having another program, at least live, in a while. So, but definitely take a look out. We're going to be doing some pre-recorded content for sure. But yeah, the election season is still here. And so any updates that we need to or want to or would like to share, we definitely will share it. So definitely like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Johnny, I have a question for you before we actually sign out. Are you coming down to the Taste of Soul by any chance? LA.
Talk in LA?
Yeah.
It's in the air. I can't give you a definite answer because I really want to go. I definitely want to go. My basketball season just started too with the NBA, so I have to schedule things around that too.
Now I see that there's no sports team over in Oakland. I'm surprised. It's all of them are gone, right? in Oakland,
Pardon?
there's no sports team at all.
Oh yeah, Oakland is right, because the A's will be playing here for a few years before they push out to Las Vegas. As you know, the Warriors, they went across the bay in San Francisco, and the Raiders are playing in Las Vegas. Yeah. But there is a black group that bought the Coliseum, and
okay.
their goal is to bring another NFL team, or maybe an expansion team, back to that area. They bought the Coliseum, and what was the place that the Warriors was playing at? I can't think of it. The arena. So they bought those. And they are planning to do something with that football field, the Coliseum.
Okay.
So they and this is a black group, okay, black investors and stuff. So, but that's going to take a while. It's going to take a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
It is kind of, kind of a shame that they done lost 3 major sports teams that's been really connected to those cities for decades. And I'm not even really sure that Sacramento will be the last stop. Because Vegas appears that they don't want the A's for whatever reason, or at least they don't want it built on that part on the strip where they want to put, the baseball diamond in. So, and Sacramento, they've been wanting a MLB team for the longest. So who knows? They'll have to build another baseball field themselves here. But they could be here 3, 4, 5 years. That's what the reports are coming out though. But their intentions is to move to Las Vegas, so we'll see what happened there. But I really do feel for those people in the Bay Area, losing all those teams the way they did. I mean, in a sense, you still have the Warriors. They're just across the bay, but it's nothing like
those tickets are
sports. That's what I'm hearing. I covered your Warriors, so I get credentialed in, but it just doesn't seem right for the city of Oakland, to lose all those professional teams like that for their fan base. That's been with them for, like I said, for decades. So thanks for bringing that up. So
Okay. Thank you, Yamori. Great job as always, and I appreciate all your dedication and your hard work, because you did it. You did.
You the man. You the man. You the brother man.
After y'all. So thanks everyone for joining. As always, we do appreciate your time and energy. Always keep educated. Oftentimes, especially Black Americans, I know we're busy, just trying to do what we need to do in our daily lives to hopefully not only survive, but prosper here in the United States of America. But these races impact your life. These are policymakers that put things in place that not only impact yourselves and your community, but potentially the state and federal level. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please like, share, and subscribe to your number one source for news and reparations. This is Amen the Mass Media Group. And on that note, we are out. Take care of yourselves, you and your family. Peace and reparations.
Peace, love, and solidarity.
So my thoughts on, I have been following the task force work, and we have 2 members of the Black Caucus on that, Assembly Member Reggie Jones Sawyer, as well as Senator Steve Bradford, and they regularly give updates outside of we all, have started to read the full study that had the draft come out, and we have the final coming out in June with the full recommendations. And so I think that the work they're doing is very positive and good, and I've been happy with the discussions that they've been having, not only amongst themselves, but with members of the community. And I look forward to being able to see what recommendations come out and how we can then push that through legislatively and through our budget priorities. So I support that work, and I understand there has been this great discussion on whether they're descendants of chattel slavery or are they, all members of the Black community, no matter where they are, the full diaspora. And I'm saying the name wrong, but I know as I'm talking, how you start talking fast. But here's the deal. I'm open to those discussions, and I actually don't have a strong opinion on them yet. I want to hear the full discussion and recommendation that comes out. I recognize when you have an advisory board, it's important to let them have that without the influence of the legislators, because we will then act on those decisions. And so I look forward to being able to have that discussion with the other 11 members of the Black Caucus and decide what it is that we want to do with this report and with this information. But the point is, we know an investment must be made. There's been a legacy of, as we talk about slavery, the impacts of slavery and voluntary servitude on the Black communities, but just a slavery of history of discrimination that has directly impacted the economy, the personal economy of Black Californians.
I think that the Black Americans have been the only real diehard Americans here, because we're the only ones who carried the process through the process. That everyone else has to sort of like skip stages. We're the ones who marched, we're the ones who carried the Bible, we're the ones who carried the flag, we're the ones who tried to go through the courts. And being born American didn't seem to matter, because we were born Americans, but we still had to fight for what we were looking for. And we still had to go through those channels and those
I
processes.
don't really care what you have to say. Facts over fiction is the motto replay. Muhammad Ali came up from the clay. Grassroots built up this USA. Now knowing your history, you'll get played. Equip yourself, cause you came to slay any opponent that's up in our way. Look at Malcolm X and his deliberate.